Hi. So I just got out of class and I ran down here as fast as I could because I want to share something that I just got in my Christian theology class. Um, wow. So I don't have time to edit. I'm not going to even try right now. So I'm just going to one straight shot of it. This in John 8, 31 to 36. John 8, 31 to 36. Blew my mind. So it begins with, in verse 31, John 8, 31 to 36. So Jesus was saying to those Jews who had believed in him. Just right here, we have the um, popular belief today is that all we have to do is believe. So after it says that Jesus was saying to those Jews who had believed in him, if that was true, we just have to believe. You just have to believe. He should say, "Well done, enter into the kingdom," But instead, he says, so it says, John 8:31. It says, so Jesus was saying to those Jews who had believed in him. Doesn't say kinda, doesn't say speculated, whatever. Those that believed in him. If you continue in my word. If. So there's a big if there. So that's a whole nother discussion. So if you continue in my word. So he doesn't just say believe. He says believe and continue in my word. So in God, in Jesus' word. Then you are truly disciples of mine, and you will know the truth, and the truth will make you free. So, whoa! Okay, so I'm going to read it again. So, John 8:31. So Jesus was saying to those Jews who had believed in him, if you continue in my word, then you are truly disciples of mine. So it's not enough to just believe. You have to believe and continue in his word, and then you become true disciples of Jesus. And then, by following Jesus in his word and becoming his disciples, then you will know the truth. You will know the truth, and then the truth will set you free. Okay, so I haven't got over my notes since I just took them. Okay. Uh, oh, where am I? Okay. So, um, I'm just going to read it. Okay, it's good that you believe, but you have to continue in my word. Then you will become my disciple. Then you will know the truth. Then you will be free. That's a restructuring of what he's saying. In order to know the truth, you have to do the truth. Okay? Don't argue with me yet. Listen. You have to walk the path of Jesus to follow him in the truth. Then you will know it and be free. Okay, I'm going to read that one again because I botched it up. In order to know the truth, you have to do the truth. You have to walk the path of Jesus, following him as a disciple, following him in the truth, and then you will know the truth, and then the truth will set you free. In order for you to know that my pizza, if you have to know my pizza, you have to taste it. And then that will set you free. And then while he was talking, I thought of my dad. My dad was, when he was little, his older brother would be like, their parents bought them pizza, and it wasn't too often, I don't think. But they went. My dad, he's little, but he had never tasted pizza. And then his older brother was like, oh, pizza's gross. It's like vegetables. See, there's vegetables. You don't like it. It's good, gross. I'll eat yours for you. And so my dad was like, oh, okay, thanks. Little kid, And for like a while, this continued until my dad finally tasted pizza, and it was like, what? You would keep it all, So he had to taste it, and then he knew pizza, and then it set him free from the bondage oppression of what other people had told him about pizza. Anyway, that's a random illustration. And so then, whoa! So then they go, We are Abraham's descendants. This is in the Bible, right after that verse. We are Abraham's descendants, and we have never been enslaved to anyone. And now they could have been making a political statement here, like they were under Roman rule, you know. But to say, you know, we're enslavement right now or whatever, it could have been kind of like incitement against Caesar or something like that. And they really didn't want that. So it could have been like a political statement. But Jesus obviously was talking not about the political situation. He was talking about the spiritual situation, that you're enslaved to sin. But the problem is that oh yeah, I'll just read again my notes. That's the problem many in the church have. They become Christians, they become Adventists, but they don't need to be free. The world is their home. Why would I come to Christ when I'm comfortable here? Persons who do not have comfortable homes want freedom. They want something better. But those with comfortable places to live, comfortable lives, essentially, you know, things are going well. Freedom from what? The only thing I have a problem with is this stuff after death. But Jesus says, when you follow me, I give you a whole other order of life. So it's much more. I need to understand more about this section that I just explained, like just said. But that, like, freedom from what? They're like, we're not slaves. And these are people that believed in Jesus. And Jesus is telling them, you know, and then follow me, and then you'll be free. You'll know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And they're like, but we're not slaves. So then he continues. Oh no. So then to these people that are like, we're not slaves, we're trying to say like, Jesus is the solution. And they're like, what's the problem? And the problem with sin. And nothing's wrong with sin. I like it. I love it. I'm going to keep doing it, you know. So you do not, if you don't see that sin is destructive, you won't want to be liberated. And you will not ever need Jesus, because he came to set people free, but you don't want it. So that concept really, little brain explosion there. Christianity is the experience of freedom now, not just some eschatological freedom later on at some point in the future when Jesus comes, which is soon, by the way. That's a whole other topic. But it's freedom now. Christianity, following Christ, being a disciple of Christ, is freedom now. Knowing the truth, and the truth setting you free. So then, he continues. He who commits sin is enslaved to sin. The slave does not remain in the house forever, but the son stays in the house. So if the Son makes you free, then you are free indeed. So, if you're in the church and you have not been freed from sin, that means you're a slave. And you can keep coming and attending church. That means you can still sing the songs, but then after potluck, your servitude is still to sin. If you're if someone's a friend, if someone's a legalist, they are just as much, they are a slave to sin, just as much as the liberal, because they also seek justification. So they're both feeling justified. Okay, I probably shouldn't talk about it because I don't fully understand what he was saying with that. I have to ask him on that. Strike that from the record. Can't edit on live upload. But then the Son remains in the house. Okay, so Jesus, if the Son makes you free, then you are free indeed. And then this totally like went with my personal devotions with John 1. I've been trying to internalize and store in my heart John 1, the first part I've gotten. And it says, but to all who did receive him, who were born not of blood, Oh wait, who were born, I'm really frazzled right now. Who were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor the will of man, but of God. And so those that are truly free have been born of God. So there's this spirit. We need the work of the spirit and working in our beings, and because the spirit is the one that comes and convicts us of sin. That's one of his roles. He will convict us of sin and to lead us into all truth. So without the working of the Holy Spirit, um, then we won't know that we are enslaved to sin, and we will not be led into truth. So, and you have to. This is what the professor concluded. Many of these words are his. Most, I mean, it's his thought that he transferred. The foolishness of preaching just totally got me. You have to come to the point to say, I cannot go home until I am different than when I have come here. Grammar is terrible in that, but we have to say, God, I have come to you, and I cannot go home until I'm different, until you change me. And that's incredible. So, in summation, believe, continue, know the truth, be free. Oh, gotta work that through more. Hope it's a blessing.